Hi, welcome to my kitchen. I'm trying to make a beef stew. My husband said, I am so hungry for beef stew. So I said, okay, I think I can handle that. So I thought I'd just bring you guys along with me. Now, I'm sure everybody has their own recipe of their beef stew. I use carrots, onions, of course garlic. I mean, gosh, you know I have to have garlic. And potatoes in mine, along with, of course, my stewing beef. And I actually thawed my meat out this morning, and I thought, oh, that's more than 1.5 pounds. So my ingredients may be a little bit more than what you would normally do, but make it your own and do it the way you want. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get I've already got my celery just about cut up. Once I get that done, I'm going to go to my stove because I did thaw my meat out and I had 1 pound packages, and of course it calls for 2 pounds. I mean 1.5 pounds. So I just said, forget it. We're going to have 2 pounds in it. So that's what I did. And then for the flour on it, what I did was I just put my stewing beef, because you can get a slab of beef or whatever you want. I had stewing beef. I put my beef in my bag and put my flour in there and give it a good shake. And I think it did good. It got over everything. And then I'm going to add my salt and pepper. Now I'll do this according to your taste. You may have to add more, to it later. When you get it all mixed together and it's almost done cooking and everything, taste it, and you may add more. I know I usually do. So I'm going to let that brown while I finish cutting up my vegetables. I've got in the vegetables, I just want them at bite-sized pieces, but they're not all going to be the same. Who cares, right? This is like the end of the garden vegetables and stuff. I usually do, which I did, cans. I'm brain dead today. I canned vegetable soup, and I always do that at the end of the garden because I can take everything I've got left over, a little of this and a little of that, and I can put it in there and can it and call it vegetable soup. And we sure enjoy that during the winter. So it says use, I think, 4 nice potatoes. So, but I'm sure everybody's gardens are about finished by now. Mine has been for the last couple weeks, and I was kind of sad to see it go, but I wanted to get it all cleaned up and get prepping for next year, so that was good. I took Greg some soup, vegetable soup of course, and I took him some chili soup that we canned. I always like to have chili soup on hand. I mean, when you decide you're hungry for it, you want it, it takes so long to get everything together and put it together, and you may decide, like I do, at the very last minute that you want it. So we usually can 20 or 30 quarts. Okay. Over and see what my meat's doing before I burn it. Just give it a flip over and get it brown on the other side. Like I said, you don't have to use stewing beef. You can take a beef roast or whatever you want and do it. I happen to have That was my last 2 packs of stewing beef in the freezer. So that's what I am using. And it really smells yummy. Yummy, yum, yum. Okay, and then we're going to take one onion, and I'm using a large one, and I'm just going to dice it up. There's nothing to stew, and it's so good, and especially when you have leftovers, or if you're trying to get something done real quick, put on a pot of stew and just let it go for the day, and go do the rest of your work and things, and you'll enjoy it then more when you're eating it. I'm thinking about a lot of different recipes that I've got to get done here real quick for Thanksgiving. That's, oh my goodness, that's just around the corner. So we've got to get that done and get some good side dishes in there. I'm sure Greg will have some. I make a lot of noise doing this, and he hates that because it pounds when he's editing, but he'll just have to get over it. I know when we were down there in Tennessee at Greg's, it's been about 3 weeks ago. It don't seem like it's been that long. It was just always something to be doing, and I've been kind of missing that. I mean, I've had a lot to do, but I still miss what we were doing there. I miss the chickens and things like that. That's not a good thing to do, so I'll just do it this way. Greg's saying, Mom, you're going to cut your hand. I know what he's saying as he's editing this. But I think my beef is brown enough. I think. So I'm going to take it over to my crock pot, and I'm going to dump it in my crock pot. And then I'm going to put this back on and put my, let's see, I've got to get my, now I'll have Worcestershire sauce, soy sauce. I'll have this all, if I can get it open. That's the only one I have that flips up, and I never remember that. I'll have the amounts and the ingredients all posted down below for you. I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of brown sugar, some thyme in here, and then I'm going to put my garlic in there. I gotta watch this real close because I don't want to burn my garlic. Garlic is so easy to burn, and it burns real quick. Matter of fact, I'm going to add just a little bit of you're using 2 cups of broth, beef broth, and I'm going to add a little bit in that, so I get all that yummy scraped off the bottom of the skillet there. But, and then I want my Dijon mustard. And I'm going to look because I don't remember how much of that I put in it. Two tablespoons. I think that's about good enough. Okay. Give that a good stir. Oh, that smells good. Which you know me, I love my garlic, and it sure smells garlicky. And If you don't like the garlic in your stew, leave it out. Okay, we're gonna let that all marry together. And I'm gonna finish pounding over here and get my carrots finished. And then once we get the carrots done, I mean, there's nothing to making stew. I mean, it's just such an easy dish to make, and I don't know why I don't make it more often. I make it in the winter, but it's something I don't do in the summer that much, and I should. You're going to pour all of your, put one more carrot on there. You're going to pour all of your veggies in over top of your meat. Give them a good stir so that you get everything together there. Get some of that meat up in the top so that the juices runs through it, through everything. And then you're going to put all your spices that you had there, and your soy sauce and everything, brown sugar and everything on that. And then give it a good stir to get those all on all of it, which as it cooks, it's going to just go all together. Oh, that looks delicious. So yummy. And then you need 2 cups of beef broth. And I had mine canned, home canned. Don't have to use home canned, use your own. If you have it, if you don't, you'll have to buy it at the store. So I'm going to do one more carrot in there. You're going to have to catch Greg's homestead because Cumberlachia homestead because he got a couple new animals. They're cute, but we'll see what he does with them. It's funny. He sent me pictures the other day and I'm like, oh my goodness. And then when I was down there, Greg sent back the quail eggs with me. They're very expensive here. So I brought quite a few home with me. And I've showed them to all my great-grandkids. And they think there's something. They just can't believe it, that that's an egg. So then, of course, we always have to fry it and show them how that works. But the other day, now we're going to cook that between 3 and 4 hours on high. And see, might help if I put the lid on it, and which will be some time for me, but just be a second for you. But I wanted to tell you about my little great-granddaughter. I had 2 of them here the other day, and I showed them the eggs. That's an egg. I said, yes, Taya, that's an egg. And she says, I want a chicken egg. So I got one out because she wanted to see the difference in the sizes. And JoJo is she's quite a bit younger. And she just loves to watch the videos that Greg sends me of the animals. And she says, that's a quail egg. I said, yeah. And it was so cute because she loves the quail. Well, they run in the bottom of the pen, Greg says. I said, yeah, they're in the bottom of the aviary. And then up on top, you've got all your pigeons flying around and everything. And she says, I like them, but I don't like that one because it pooped on Uncle Greg's shoulder. And I lost it. I said, well, that happens. She said, I like the quail. So we cut open the top of the egg and dumped it out in the skillet. And she goes, that, it's just that little? I said, yeah. She goes, well, how does Uncle Greg get all those quails put in those eggs? They're bigger. How does he stuff them in there? And I said, well, they're not that big when they're in the egg. So then we had to, after I finished frying the egg and they got to taste it, we went in and watched one of his videos of the babies being born out of the eggs. But she just thought that was, well, how does Uncle Greg stuff all those quail in that little bitty egg? And I just laughed at her. So anyway, it's always fun when you've got your grandkids and great-grandkids. And even if your kids are little, you've got them in the kitchen with you too. So now I'm going to let my stew cook. And I'm going to be back in a few hours. And we're going to eat it. And I'll let you know how it is then. So we'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And our stew, oh my goodness, it smells so yummy. And it looks delicious too. I don't know about you, but I like a nice thick broth. And we've really got it. I like I said, a nice thick broth. So what I usually do with my stew is I'll take my fork and I'll mash my potatoes up some. And of course, the more you mash your potatoes up, you don't make them like mashed potatoes, but you just, mash a few of them up. And that will give you your thick broth. I just take my fork and smash them a little bit. I'll just go take one and just smash my fork through it like that. When it's about half done, and then that way, that'll give you your nice thick broth. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, that tastes so good. But the carrots, I can smell the garlic in it. I love garlic though. I can taste that rosemary. Excuse me. Got something in my throat. And oh my goodness, I think the Dijon mustard's what makes it though. I can taste that in there. It's just a slight flavor of something. Oh, that's so good. That's a perfect dish after working all day and coming in and being hungry and good, healthy. Anyway, thank you for watching today, being with me. I hope you'll try this. But anyway, I'll have the recipe all posted down below because I know I was doing it and not saying exactly how much of the soy sauce and everything I was using. But anyway, try it. You will love it. Your family will love it. And if you have any left over, that's a big if, mix a nice quick lunch for tomorrow. So, I'll tell you what, I think a piece of cornbread would be good with it. My husband likes crackers. I like the cornbread with it. So, anyway, thanks for staying with us. And we will see you again real soon. And we really, really love you and thank you bunches. So have a great week.